Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of multiplying and dividing positive rational numbers. This is standard 6.3e in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 35 off the 2024 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have a chemistry teacher and dividing, so they'll go ahead and give that to us, right? 31 and 5/10, or 31.5 ounces of vinegar equally among all the students. So if each student got this, right, how many students are in the class? All right, so let's draw a strip diagram just to represent this. So this is our total. They give that to us. And so we're going to say 31.5, right? That's my total. And then each student got a 1.5 ounces. So we're dividing into groups of 1.5. The question is, how many 1.5s can we get out of 31.5? And it's going to need to be even, because look at the question, how many students are in the class? It needs to be an even or a whole number, not a decimal or any remainders or leftovers, because you can't have decimals or remainders of students. So we're going to have a whole number here. And so we're going to divide, right? So when we're looking at this, we're looking at 1.5 and then 31.5. Now, the thing we should notice is we have a decimal in our divisor, 1.5, and that's going to kind of mess things up. So let's do first a little bit of an estimation, then I'll show you how we can actually use just the regular division algorithm if we do something to that divisor. So 1.5, right, if that rounds up to 2, and then 31.5 rounds up to 32, right? That's going to be about 16. Okay, so maybe here, that looks a little bit too big. That looks a little bit too big, but I could maybe see that because I did have to round up. So we'll see. So we've got a few of these options. I'm really looking at the 16 or the 21. So here's the trick. This is what we do, is we end up taking our 31.5 and our 1.5. The easiest thing to do is you just multiply both by 10. Because really what we want to do is we want to move that decimal place over 1. And the relationship between the dividend and the divisor stays the same as long as you do that to both of our numbers. Okay, so that's how we get rid of that decimal place. We multiply by 10, we move both of these decimals over 1, so really it's 315 divided by 15. It's going to get you the exact same answer as 31.5 divided by 1.5 because you multiplied both dividend and divisor by 10. You kept the same thing going there. So let's do this. Let's do this. So now 15 goes into 31. Okay, there's a 2. And that's going to be 30. And there's my 15. So it looks like 21. Right? So we had kind of got between those two. Now, to double check, it's pretty easy. Right? I'm going to do 21 times my 1.5. And then that is going to be 5. And that's 10. And then that's going to be 21. Now, since we kept that decimal, we have got that 1 digit behind the decimal in a factor. We've got 1 digit behind the decimal in our product. So that does get us back up to that 31.5, which is what we started with. So another way, if you really wanted to double check, right, we can just take 1.5. We could add it 21 times, but that's where multiplication becomes a lot easier. But any way you want to do it, right, I would say 21 times. It is going to be that 21, and so that is going to be our answer. There are 21 students in the class, which is a normal number of students in the class. 16 might have been a bit low, so we might have been able to use that reasoning as well. C, 21.